The story of the film begins in Tokyo in 1950. We see a British man named James entering a martial arts training center. The trainees become angry because he entered without permission, but the master silences them so he can hear what James has to say. James points to a photo hanging in the center and asks, "Who is this man?" The master replies, "That's my father." James then tells them that he met him during the war, as he had been a wing commander in the Royal Air Force and had spent a long time with his father. The master says his father used to talk about a Western man who mastered martial arts, but then accuses James of bringing shame upon him and his family. He orders the students to prepare to kill James, but James proves stronger than all of them and defeats them. The master then orders them to stop and asks James why he came there. To understand more, the story flashes back 8 years earlier, during the war between the United States and Japan in the Philippines. We see James in a forest being chased by a group of Japanese soldiers. He hides behind a tree trunk, then suddenly attacks 2 soldiers, kills them, and tries to escape. The remaining soldiers spot him and continue the pursuit until they surround him, forcing him to surrender. They capture him and take him to their village as a prisoner. The commander tells James that he is a brave man and orders the guards to cut off his head. The guards carry out the order and take James to be executed, but he suddenly attacks them, kills them, and tries to escape. As he runs, he falls into a trap set by the soldiers. They capture him again, and the commander orders them to move the camp to another location without killing him. They imprison him inside a wooden hut. At night, several prisoners enter the hut, including a man named Wright. Through their conversation, we learn that they are also British soldiers who were captured before James. They tell him there is a British captain named Collins imprisoned in Barracks A, and that they are planning something for the next day. The following morning, James wakes up to the sound of Japanese soldiers training inside the camp. He watches them through a small crack in the door. At that moment, we see James sitting in the center. The army commander steps forward to carry out the execution and kill him. But before doing so, he orders the soldiers to keep James alive so he can witness a fight between 3 British prisoners and a powerful Japanese wrestler. The wrestler is extremely strong and kills the 3 men effortlessly. Then the commander orders him to fight James and kill him as well. James steps forward, approaches the wrestler, strikes him, and knocks him to the ground. Everyone is shocked and stunned. The commander becomes furious, goes back into the camp, and tells the camp leader that they must get rid of James immediately because he's a threat. The camp commander, whose name is Ito, says that this man is different from the others. At the same time, we see James meeting Captain Collins. The captain tells him, "What you did was incredible. I'm glad you're with us." James returns to the hut, where the other prisoners, who are all British soldiers, are gathered. While they are talking, Japanese soldiers come and take James to the camp commander. The commander tells him, "You are a skilled fighter. Who taught you our fighting techniques?" James replies that he trained in many places because his father was a war hero. The commander then takes a sword, cuts James across the cheek, and tells him, "Go rest tonight. Tomorrow is your day of death." He orders the soldiers to take him away. The next morning, James leaves the hut and goes to the center of the camp, where 3 Japanese wrestlers are waiting. A fight begins. Although they are 3 and he is alone, James is so strong that he defeats all of them. The commander is astonished by James' strength and courage. He stands up, enters the camp, and orders everyone to end everything. James returns to the hut, where Collins and the lieutenants are planning an escape. James tells them they need a radio to find out whether their forces are still in the area or have withdrawn. Collins replies that even if they are still there, they won't come to rescue them because they are considered casualties of war. James insists, saying that he saw a radio in that tower and that he must get it. Later, we see James working inside the camp. We learn that when the Japanese capture British soldiers, they treat them as spoils of war and force them to work. While they are working, James secretly puts his plan into action. The men pretend to argue and cause a disturbance among themselves. The Japanese soldiers gather around them, and James seizes the opportunity to slip away, climb the tower, steal the radio, and come back down unnoticed. As he hides behind some sacks, a nurse who works inside the camp sees him. She says nothing and remains silent. Suddenly, a Japanese soldier approaches her. She pushes him away, and he slaps her, knocking her to the ground. She later tells James, "You will help us." James replies, "I will do my best." We then learn that she's British. That night, inside the hut, one of the men asks James, "When you send the signal, won't we be exposed?" James says he knows the signals are monitored. He asks if the man has paper to write on. When he says yes, James tells him to write a message in Japanese. The next morning, the commander stands in the middle of the camp after discovering that the radio has been stolen. He tells the prisoners, "One of you dared to steal it." He He first points at James, then at Collins. Collins responds, "You are suspecting the wrong man." Then he points at another British prisoner who panics, making them suspect him. The Japanese soldiers seize him and throw him into the center of the camp. Under pressure, he claims that the one who stole the radio is Lewis. They bring Lewis forward and force him to kneel beside the other prisoner. The soldiers place their swords against their necks, and at a signal from the commander, they behead them.